The LA Auto Show is just a few weeks away. I'm Jason Rzucidlo reporting for AmericaJR.com, and I'm being joined by Brendan Flynn, the Senior Director of Marketing and Communications at the Auto Show. Please start off by giving me some highlights of this year's show.
This year stands to be one of our biggest LA Auto shows to date. The auto industry is back and doing extremely well in North America, and that's going to be reflected in the number and quality of debuts we have in LA this year. We have over 60 total debuts, and 30 of those are true global debuts.
Excellent. And how would you say it will be different from last year?
You know, the auto industry is going through a huge transformation, and a lot of people say it's the biggest transformation that the auto industry has seen since the car replaced the horse. And so you're going to see a lot of news about the future of transportation. We have an entire day dedicated to discussions and talks and press conferences all about the convergence of technology in the automobile. And so that's going to be a big change. There's going to be lots of conversations about autonomous vehicles and the continued electrification of vehicles and safety features and more connectivity than you've seen before, and car product cycles ramping up faster to match that of consumer electronics. So you're really going to see the beginnings of a whole new era of auto. Okay.
Now, looking at the press conference schedule, I noticed that several automakers are having announcements during the Connected Car Expo.
Yes. So obviously this area of technology for the automakers has become just a huge part of their business, and they all have divisions now focused solely on that. We're going to see Audi making an announcement with a company called NVIDIA, and that's going to touch on how they're changing their their whole product development cycle to match more of consumer electronics by bringing in a partner. Volvo is going to be talking about their new autonomous vehicle programs that they're having. Jaguar Land Rover is also going to be making a technology partner announcement and talking about some new features in their vehicles, both in the Jaguar Land Rover brand. KPMG is going to be releasing some new data. And then Ford we produced a app developer conference for them. And they picked 10 finalists for that app developer conference. And some of these finalists are from big companies like Microsoft and IBM and Kelley Blue Book. So it wasn't some small hackathon for small companies. These were big companies that all wanted to work on the new Ford software. And they'll be presenting their apps, and a winner will be announced from this competition as well on the Tuesday.
That's pretty exciting. Now, I saw that you have a brand new logo. Can we expect any other changes at the show?
Yeah, you'll see a new look for the LA Auto Show. You know, we had the old logo and the old look for a couple of decades, and it was time to change kind of in lockstep with the industry, and kind of have a new look and feel for the show that embodies how quickly the auto industry is changing. So you'll see that look, all the signage and some of the big outdoor banners that have been traditionally the same forever have been changed. The website's been updated to feature more of the press days activities, the press and trade days activities. So what you're really going to see starting to formalize is the two shows in one: a true automotive industry trade and press day, and then a consumer show.
Okay. Now, what can media expect to see during the press days this year?
Well, I'm really excited about a lot of the news that we're going to see. Audi has a ton of news coming out, and I think they've teased this new concept they're rolling out by their brand new global designer, and that's going to set the tone for the look of Audi moving forward. Cadillac, you're going to see the ATS V. That's the first V version of the ATS, and they're also going to have a redesigned ELR, the Volt, the Cadillac version of the Volt.
Yes, that's correct.
Mercedes-Benz is bringing back the Maybach brand, which is huge news for them. And they also have some other really compelling news that they're keeping under wraps for now. Mazda is basically going to have an entire new showroom. They're going to have all the brands that Mazda carries, the whole new look for the company is going to be on display. I think the only one they've officially announced is the redesign of the Mazda 2, which was first seen in Paris, but they're going to have an all-new vehicle. Ford has a really important global debut of one of their best-selling vehicles. Chrysler has already announced they're going to have the 300. Porsche has a number of global debuts. Honda has already announced they're going to do the unveil of the HR-V, so it's the first time that nameplate will be available in the United States. BMW has 2 global debuts and then some North American debuts from Paris. Lexus has a really fun global debut of an important vehicle for them. Volvo has the XC90, which they're bringing, and then they have a new vehicle that they're going to have a global unveil of. Jaguar has a couple globals, and then Land Rover has the new Discovery Sport, which is making its North American debut.
Wow.
Volkswagen has yet to announce its news, but they have a couple of globals as well. I mean, the list goes on. Scion has an all-new vehicle. Chevy's got some really important debuts. We've got lots of concepts coming. Chevrolet has a concept. And that's only day one. You get into day 2, and you have Acura and Fiat and Nissan and Mitsubishi. And then a really interesting piece of news from Fisker, not the car maker, but Henry Fisker. And he's doing a collaboration with Galpin Ford.
All right. Copyright 2014, AmericaJR.com, Los Angeles, California.